Hello everyone and welcome to episode 28 of Form Guru series by MakeForms. I am Prateek, founder of MakeForms, and today we are going to take a look at the quiz feature of MakeForms. So MakeForms offers you an option to create quizzes. So you can maybe create your quiz for an internal, like employee education, or a school can create a quiz for their students. So let's do this. Let's start off pretty quick by creating a standard form. I will write this quiz with make forms, the M and F being capital. Okay, so now we need to understand that when you are creating a quiz, the quiz component supports certain types of fields. If you go through the make forms form guru videos in the past, we have gone through all the different kind of form fields. So you can use certain kinds of forms with your quizzes. So I will quickly go through them. So the first one being the date picker, the second one being the time picker, then the input field, the number field, then you have the drop down, the number drop down, single choice, multiple choice. So these are the fields that are supported in the quiz by MakeForms. So let's quickly deep dive into this. So my first thing would be a date picker. So I would write, let's say, what is the Independence Day of India? Okay. So right now we have it in the Indian format. So if you want to change the date format, if you wanted to have MMDDYY, you can change it through this. For now, I'm not going to change that. For the time picker, let's say we want to say what time is 15 minutes past 3. Okay. So we can decide if you want to keep it and to make it more like complicated for our students, let's say we would do it 3 p.m. Okay, and here I would keep it at 24 hours, so the user has to select 15 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, now for the input field, what we will do is we'll just ask a random question. uh, who is the prime minister of India? Let's do it better. Who is the current Prime Minister of India? And we'll just add question marks to everything. Okay, now for the number field, so this is the number field wherein the user has to input his number, okay, like input the answer. So we would write what is 2 raised to 16. Okay, now this is the drop down menu. So we'll have let's say which countries are part of the Asia continent. Okay, and I'll just add a custom of options. If you want to know more about how to use the drop down menu, I have a special episode on drop down, so you can check it out in the Form Guru series. So I'm going to enter a couple of countries, let's say USA, France, India, then we'll add Australia, Japan, Sri Lanka, well, like and a couple of more, let's say Belgium, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Okay, now we'll go and check the number drop down. So right now what I'm doing is I'm setting up the data for all the fields. Okay, so in the number drop down, what I'm going to do is have a simple math question like what is 15 into let's say 25. Okay, and I'll add a couple of options. So the first one being 1525, maybe 300. Then we'll have 375, which is the correct answer. It is the correct answer, right? Let me check. Oh yeah, that's the correct answer. We'll have 600, 500, and 600. Okay. Now for the radio field, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little tricky. Okay, I'm going to say what is the uh, which of the following is the flag of USA, for example, and I'm going to use the image choice type, and I'm going to spread it to columns. So we'll under this images, we are going to search for USA flag. Okay. I think I have a internet which is not that great today. Uh, okay, here it is. Okay, so we've set the US flag. Then I'm going to add a couple of more options like the Mexico flag. I'm going to add two more options, one for Portugal flag and one for let's say we'll do the UK flag. Okay, so now we have four flags here. So the user has to actually select one of these flags, and we'll quickly write the names: USA, uh, Portugal, sorry, this is Mexico, Portugal, and the UK. So the user actually cannot see the name of the flags, but when they answer, we have the data with us. Then we'll have one final thing, which is the multi-select. Maybe we can write, uh, let's see, let's understand. Okay, yeah, we'll do something with the countries. Again, we'll write which countries are part of EU. I cannot actually think of any other questions for now, and we'll quickly do uh, France, Belgium, India, USA, UK. Then we'll have, let's say, France, Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany. So what we've done is that we have all these options, and some of them might be part of EU, some not. So user can then select. So these are all the setup that we've done for our quiz. Now, if you want to enable quiz, what you will do is you will go to the form settings and you will click on enable quiz. As soon as you enable quiz, you will see that there is an option at the top that says quiz. Okay, so here is where you will set up the entire quiz. Okay, so I will quickly go through the quiz builder. So on the left hand side, you've got all the questions. So when you click on them, here is where you have to set your answers. So let's say, what is the Independence Day of India? So let's say it is 15th August 1947. So I will do 1947 August 15th. Okay, over here you can see that there are options. The first one being exclude in scoring. So when you click on exclude in scoring, the system won't take this question into consideration. So even if the user answers this question, it won't go to the like towards adding up the final score for this entire quiz. So if you turn this on, you technically cannot even write the correct answer because there is no correct answer. There's this question itself is not being used for scoring. Okay, so we'll turn this off. I have selected this. Now for every question that you have, you can have weightage for the scores. So let's say you feel that one of the questions is really very simple and you do not want to give them like custom score, and you just want to have either 0 or 1. So in that case you won't enable custom score. But let's say for me, this particular question is of very much of an importance. So what I will do is I will enable custom score for this question. Now what I want to do is that when the person answers this correctly, I want to give them 5 marks, but when they answer it wrong, I also want to deduct 2 points from their score. Okay, now for similarly for this, what is 15 minutes past 3 p.m.? I would set it up as 15, and 15 for this. We are just doing right answer score as one, like the default one, wherein if the user answers the correct, they get 1 point, but if they give a wrong answer, there is no deduction. So we are not penalizing our user even if they give a wrong answer for this particular question. Now let's come to the third type, which is the input type. So in the input type, we have taken, like utmost care of uh, how this particular users can answer their question. Okay, so let's say who is the current Prime Minister of India? So currently we have Mr. Narendra Modi as our Prime Minister. So in that case, we many of them call him just Modi. Someone call him Narendra Modi. So what we want to do is we want to enter multiple possible answers for this question. So here it says enter possible correct answers here and hit enter. So what I will do is I will have Modi, enter. Then I will have Narendra Modi. So some people might just enter it as Narendra Modi. Some people enter it as Narendra Modi because that's also how he is pronounced in India. And they some people when they type they might just type it together. So based on these different options, I have five possible answers which are even correct if the user enters it. So like I have entered all the possible answers in every scenario. Now if you see in the input type, there is an option to disable case sensitivity. So by default the system will check for Narendra Modi. So if the person is answering wherein he has N in Narendra as caps and then M in Modi as small, the system will detect it as a wrong answer. So if you want to disable case sensitivity, you would just enable this option. Now let's go to the number field. So this is 2 raised to 16, so which is 65536. You would enter the answer and you will hit enter. Again, if you want to enable custom score, you can do that by doing this. I would give, let's say, 2 marks for the correct score and minus 1 mark for the wrong answer. Again, this is completely up to you how you want to give that. So what countries are part of the Asia continent? So let's say I would just write India, Japan, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan and Bangladesh. Now, if I want to enable custom score, what I can do is for every wrong answer that they give, I would just deduct 1 point. And for every correct answer that they give, I would give them +1. Okay, now -1 and -1 for the wrong answer. Now, what is 15 to 25? So this is 375. We know that. And I will again give custom scoring -1, -1, -1. Here we know that this is the correct flag for USA. So I will just leave it as is. And what countries are part of the EU? So I will just select the ones that are correct. And what I will do is I will exclude this from scoring. So even if the users answer this does not calculate to their final uh, score. And now we will save and exit. So this way we have set up the entire, the quiz. And when you also enable quiz, you have an option that says show score. So we'll see what it is. And now I'll just turn off all the options. And in the thank you field, you have something called as quiz score. So I will just add this. Now, as soon as we add it, you can see that there are options. The first one that says show chart. So what happens is that when the user has answered the questions, he will see the chart. And if you also want to give an option to the user to see that what all questions did he answer, which ones were correct and which ones were wrong, you can give him an option to review the answers. Then you have an option by default, it will show the points, which is like you scored 2 out of 10. If you want to show him the percentage, you can also show him the percentage. There's something also called as grading. What it is something we will see it later. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly publish this form. Okay, so now our form is published. And I will take a quick look at the form. So here we have 15, 8, 1, 9, 4, 7. Remember, this is 15 and 15. We entered Modi, so I'm going to answer all the correct answers for now. What parts are part of the Asia continent? So here we forgot one thing. Okay. So now we will go back So right now I can also only select one. Like I cannot do multiple selection. So there are two ways to do that. Number one, you can use uh, like these kind of checkboxes. Or else what you can do is also you can enable multi-select. So as soon as you enable multi-select for a drop-down menu, the user can select multiple options. So now we will republish this again, and I'll hit refresh. If you want to know more about how you can have multi-select drop-down by default, you can check my previous episode about the drop-down menus. So now we can see that I can select multiple answers. So all of these are the part of Asia continent. I'll just answer this one a little bit wrong. And here you can see that now we have the options, but the user really cannot, see know which country is this because we just have an image. I'm going to do France, Belgium. Again, the last one really does not matter because we have excluded this from scoring. So apart from this one, I have all the other as wrong. So I'm going to submit this. Now you can see that it's saying that your score is for 43.75. Now we will review the answers. Okay, so we have scored this. All of this are correct. And the last one we did not attempt. So this is how the scoring works in MakeForms quizzes. So now let's take a look at the grading part of MakeForms. So if you go into the quiz setting, you can see that these are all the answers. And now when you go into the thank you screen and you select this score, you can see that there is something called as show grade. So let's say we want to say good at 50, great when the minimum score is 75, and awesome when it's at uh, 90 plus. I'm going to save this and I'm going to republish it. Okay, just so, so the things that really change is that apart from showing like rather than showing the user their score, all the system does is that it shows them what grade did they achieve. So this is how you can create quizzes with make forms. So if you have any questions regarding quizzes, please let me know. If you have any specific quiz in your mind, please let me know. Again, like I've been saying this for last 4 weeks that please let me know what kind of forms do you want me to create, and what challenges do you face when creating forms. I would try my best to create all these videos very specific to your use case. So please be proactive. Please communicate, and I will try my best to incorporate your request in my future videos. So that's it, guys. Pratik here from Make Farms signing off. Bye bye.